Welcome in, my beans. Hello. We have another Fall in Love Steam Fest game with us today. I have to make sure it wasn't auto-scrolling anymore. This is called Canvas Menagerie by Crystal Gameworks. Immediately, very high quality backgrounds, wow. But we have to introduce first. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So the Fall in Love Visual Novel Steam Fest, hosted by Studio Elan, is a Steam Fest highlighting indie games, visual novels in particular, with the romance genre of any kind. And there's over 200 games by over 100 devs. There's so many cool games, so please, please, please go check them out. I'm really honored to be here and be a part of it and be covering everything. I'm trying to cover as many games as possible, so unfortunately that does mean I need to spend a little bit less time with each game, but I'm going to try my best to give my impressions both of like characters, writing, pacing, but also like the UI elements and how cohesive everything looks, everything like that. So yeah, hopefully, I mean, of course we're gonna love this one. There's all really, like so far every game I've seen has been really great, so of course this one's also gonna be great. Let's get right into it, shall we? I don't know if it's intentional, but feeling like kind of old school anime aesthetics. We're trying to go with these portraits, maybe like late 80s, early 90s, just from like the hair shapes and stuff and the colors being used to like paint and highlight the hair. It's cute. Oh, do we have magic? Wait, what do you mean? Arcades are wonderful. Cute! Oh, she's so cute. She's immediately my favorite. She's so cute. Wow, smooth. It does also feel like we're trying to like continue with that vibe. Like the font does remind me of like old subtitles for old anime, you know, back in my day. Speaking in old. But it helps to have like the color indicator for each character speaking. That helps the reader keep track of who's actually the one speaking. Anna craves violence. I like that animation of like actually like cutting through the crowd and coming forward. That's a really nice touch. It does seem a little low on like unique individual poses for the characters, but going a little bit harder on the animation kind of helps bridge that gap a little bit. Oh, there was suddenly something there. Hell yeah, good for you. You're damn right it better. You know, this one, the window for this game is a little bit larger than the last one I recorded, but mostly seems like my head's not in the way. Mostly. I'll scoot over a little bit more just to be safe. Just to be safe. It is something I appreciate a lot. A lot of times in visual novels, you tend to kind of not show the protagonist much at all, since it's like point of view, right? I really do appreciate it when the main character is actually like physically a part of the game. So I really, like immediately, I really liked that scene, especially with the animation of me trying to get to the front of the crowd. I hope there's a lot more of that in this game because I feel like visually that's gonna help it stand out a little bit. In my opinion, it's good. Keep it up, team. I'm sure that it's probably just like the characters aren't as important, like the thugs and whatnot. But I assume that my agent would be a little bit more important. It seems odd that her face is obscured, but maybe she really doesn't have that many scenes. Cute outfit change. I like this. Nice. Does everyone get an outfit change? Cute! Oh, she's the best. I love her. Pretty outfit. The backgrounds seem okay. Like, I feel like the characters are probably doing a good enough job. but I do feel like it's a little stock photo-y with a little filter on it, you know. It's really, really, really tough to get super high quality custom drawn backgrounds, of course. I don't think it's necessarily detracting from anything or taking away from it, and just, you know, just observing and noticing. But so far, I think the charm is definitely like the aesthetic vibe of like old late 80s, early 90s anime. But we kind of lost that now that we've changed how the font and like how the text is being given to us. And I'm also not too sure, like our menu interface is very much like taking notes in school, you know what I mean? And that's not what our character is. Our character is an actor, you know, pretending to be a school student. So maybe, hopefully it would become a part of the narrative where like our character is someone who does like meticulously like take notes and has like a planner to keep track of everything that they do. But it seems like it's their agent who keeps track of everything they do. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this menu interface, but it is always a nice touch when everything aesthetically about the game is working off of each other. And maybe it will be, you know, I've literally just started, so I have no idea, but I don't know that immediately this is fitting the aesthetic that we started with as much, you know what I mean? Trying to think of how I could even like what decision I would make, but I probably would have leaned more into the old school anime aesthetic and tried to use that in the menu interfacing as well. I think that's probably what I would have done personally. I don't know that this is necessarily a wrong choice for this game. I don't have enough info at this point, but pretending to grab a piece of bread? What does that mean? You either grabbed it or you didn't. So it seems like I'm not out to them yet. And I mean, I guess if we just met, that, you know, that's not really any of their business yet. Ooh, you're a fan. Hell yeah, we love a girl with confidence. Oh. Hell yeah. Fucking love bulgogi. Nice illustration. Nice dramatic lighting with the colors here. So true. Yeah, that's definitely... That is upsetting. Man, that sucks. Oh, you poor thing. It's true. Yeah. So we're gonna get more outfit changes. Yeah! Oh my god, so snazzy! I do love it. It's always so hard for small indie teams, but like, more outfits is always good. You know, I just had a thought, and maybe we'll get far enough to see if that's true. I wonder if the anime subtitle styled fonts are only when we're acting. Because the font style and like the way that the text is being displayed changed once we stopped acting. That would be a super cute touch. But then maybe we should have had it again at the interview, right? Because we're still like putting on airs there, but maybe not. I hope that's what it was, and I hope if we get back to more, if we can see more acting today, hopefully it'll come back. That would be a super cute touch. I'd like that a lot. Damn, girl. So cute. Hey, that sounds great. I think we should believe in them. Okay, this is our agent. So the other woman from before. Oh, okay. Aw, what a good guy. Oh, he seems like a good guy. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think that's a fine enough answer if you're not ready to have that conversation with people. Lots of outfit changes. This is really nice. It really helps make things feel less stagnant. Yeah, even if the animations are really subtle, they're really effective. They're really nice. I like the attention to detail on the movement a lot. Not just camera panning, but the characters, you know? Really nice consistently. Cute! Oh, cute! Oh, what a cute bedroom. Oh, is that supposed to be like the Blaha shark? I wonder if that's what it is. What an awesome touch. Or was it a bear? There was an IKEA plushie. Wait, that sounds incredible. You need to go. Yeah. Well, you two have had different, like, this is literally your first time doing stuff like this. Poor thing, so stressed. Oh my god, even more outfits. They're so cute. I love the outfits. Like, everyone has been so impeccably dressed. Especially my girl Angel. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. But like, also people learn in different ways, so like if his style of learning and coaching isn't vibing with us, you know, we have to change our style, and that is kind of like the director's job, the coordinator. Angel can help. I kind of do feel like maybe this one's the strongest one I've seen so far, but like the colors in his blazer and stuff like that are a lot more saturated than the colors in the background, and that is kind of making him just kind of feel pasted on top of a background, you know?
Not so terrible that it's like taking away from the experience, but just noticeable, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to learn from Angel. That's so nice. What a good guy. That's supposed to be your job to bring that up. Goddamn. You too. Aww. So something else that I was kind of expecting to see happen more, but it hasn't yet. When we had that first interview, Nico mentioned that he's very good at putting on a good smile, even if he's not feeling it. But then when he's talking with his coworkers and stuff, especially like at the party or at the dinner and stuff, he hasn't been doing that. He's been visibly incredibly awkward and nervous constantly. So I was kind of expecting to see more of those fake smiles and then, you know, having an arc where we like start getting real smiles out of him. Nico in Japanese is like kind of like an onomatopoeia for smiling. Nico. It's like especially in manga, it'll be like a sound effect for smiling. So that, I imagine they chose that name on purpose, you know. Maybe not. Maybe it was a coincidence, but I'm pretty sure that they picked it on purpose, having that line in the interview. So it's interesting that we're not seeing that as much. Like, Nico's only able to if there's a camera rolling, question mark. En plein air! Let's go paint outside! You're looking like a criminal. Yeah, so this background here in particular stands out from the rest of the others. I have to assume that this one was probably made in-house and the others were either like stock that were purchased from a site, or maybe like kind of like pre-made ones on maybe like Scab or Etsy or something. It's not like there's anything particularly bad about this background, but it definitely stands out as being different from all the others, you know? Ooh, cool leather jacket. I like this song. This is such an artist thing. I've done this too. Normally they're asking like, you know, how many years of your life have you been doing art, but oh my god, Nico, been there. Yeah, I mean, if you're literally that busy, it's hard. It's true. That was a nice scene. Got even more outfits. Cute. Cute. I've really been loving all of the outfits. Excellent work on the fashion design. It's really important, especially if you're like trying to design a character with the fashion in mind, of like making sure that everyone feels like they're in the same place, like culturally, aesthetically, time period wise, you know. But then also, if you're going to have all of your cast have all these different outfits, making sure each individual outfit is unique from one another but still feels like, yeah, that follows the like the personality and the interests of this character, whether it's the patterns or the colors or the shapes of the clothing. And I think they've been doing an excellent job with that. Like every outfit has felt really good with each character. Even when she's in a casual fit, she's still so cute. Just like real life. Interesting choice to have silence in this scene. Wait, I thought she had 6 million. I'm fairly certain they said 6 million before. Yeah, man. Are they gonna let you all practice on that? That's very different for your footing. Yeah, he just wants to see that you're taking it seriously. This feels like a little too long of a scene for silence. There we go. Oh, that's too bad. I am liking the kind of slow-paced nature of this, like all of these little moments in between months of production work, right? And there are just like these really small similarities between these two characters, and these similarities obviously mean a lot to Ren. So I feel like this is like legitimately feeling like an actual buildup of a relationship between these two, even with all of Nico's awkwardness and misunderstandings and things. I'm liking the pacing of this quite a bit. I think it feels very natural. That was nice. Oh, that was a cute scene. I liked that one. I think, unfortunately, we will have to call it here for this one. I do really, really like the attention to detail with another cute outfit, another one! There's so many outfits! It's such a nice touch. Like, I always keep in mind. Like, I will notice things like, oh, there haven't been really many poses for anyone. Ren got a different hand posture, but that was about it. You know, it's been mostly just like facial expressions. But it's very understandable. Creating visual novels, especially as a small team, is so much work. Like, you need so many assets for even simple things like just, you know, changing the hand gesture and stuff like that, you know, and that takes a lot of time and or it takes a lot of money, and that's not something that everyone has access to, you know? So it's never something that, like, I don't think that it's a demerit, but it is one of those things where the more of it that you have, it does help with the, like, I don't really want to say believability, but, you know, it helps make them feel more animated, more alive. It helps keep things not so stagnant, you know. But this team has done an excellent job with animations, both for, like, camera shakes, camera pans, but also character movement. I really, 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 really like the attention to detail with the animations. It's not a lot, but it's really, really helping making things actually feel, like, spaced out three-dimensionally. It's really, really nice, and I love the attention to detail with all the outfits. So good. So good. I really, really, really love it. It was a good time. I would definitely play more of this. I think they did an excellent job. I'm going to include all of the important links below, Steam pages, anything else like that might be important for the project. So please, if you are interested in this game, give it a look yourself. And please, especially if you do give it a look yourself, please, please, please review the game. For small indie devs, reviews are literally everything. They really, really help push the visibility of a project, especially on Steam's algorithm. So please, please, please do consider playing it yourself and giving them a nice review. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you so much to Crystal Gameworks. This was really great. There is another game of theirs that we're going to look into as well. I think that might be the next one I record, but excellent work to the whole team. Really excited to see more from the project. And thank you so much for watching. Take care!